In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a pendant using encased bits of mica. Here is a sample of mica that I found near the Poudre River in Colorado. It was attached to a piece of granite. The type I have here is the most common form of mica, called muscovite. As you can see, it's made of these stacked layers, which are called books. Mica is a phyllosilicate, meaning it is made of parallel layered sheets of silicate material. Mica has a similar chemical composition to borosilicate glass, and that's why it tends to work under encasement. The mineral itself is pretty soft and will flake off fairly easily. And here I have some in a jar which has been ground up, and that's what I'll be using for this pendant. I swirl it around to get a nice even layer on top for when I dip the hot glass into it later. I start off by making the bail first, so it'll be handy when I need it. I'm using Glass Alchemy's Passion Extreme. I take a heated section of the color and bend it into a U shape. I remove the extra length of color and punty up to the top of the arch. Then I remove my other handle and proceed to bend the sides of the U into each other. After that, I finish shaping the bail and put it in the kiln. And I take a large clear rod and make a gather. I flatten the gather to shape the lens, then I take it back into the flame to get the flat side hot before dipping it in the mica. I flash the mica back in the flame for just a second to help blow off any loose pieces, and it also helps the mica stick to the glass. You don't want to overexpose the mica to the flame, otherwise it will blacken and it won't look good at all. Then I back the pendant with the color. You want to make sure the color is really hot before laying it on in order to try to avoid trapping air bubbles. Then I melt it all in and use my paddle to keep it flat. Then I use a piece of 3mm clear to trap in any mica that was left around the edge, and then melt it in. While waiting for it to cool down a little bit, I get my graphite logo stamp out. I punty up and remove the pendant from the clear rod. I heat up the lens nice and hot, keeping it facing upwards so the glass will droop down and make a perfect dome. I grab the bail I made earlier and melt it to the top. I use my mini torch to make sure the bail is fully melted in. Then I add a couple dots of color on each side next to the bail. I took my time on the bail and the colorful dots, so I slowly reheat the piece back up to temp. I use a pair of pliers to knock the piece off of the punty onto my L marver. I use my mini torch to heat out the punty mark and get it ready to stamp. My first stamp was a little crooked, so I heat it out and use a flat section of graphite to smooth it before stamping again. Finish by heating any sharp angles out of the stamp mark. Here's the finished pendant. You can see how the mica sparkles and shines brilliantly in the light. I'm going to make these available in my Etsy shop, and I'll add a link down below. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.